How's everyone doing? This is your boy, Lord Thaddeus Crack. This one is going to be definitely about a cryptid, so I'm pretty sure you guys are going to like that. It's going to be something different. Like I said before, I'm going to start doing things more out of Africa, for one. And this is about the WereHyena. That's right, WereHyenas. You think werewolves are bad? You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. These things are a lot worse. Oh god, these things are bad. Anyway, there are so many stories of these creatures. One of the biggest differences between them and werewolves, of course, the old European legend, even the Rougarou here in the United States, from Louisiana, Mississippi, etc. I'm gonna tell you straight out, it's different because the werewolf is a man that becomes a beast, usually on the full moon or at night, whether it be through natural or supernatural means. It ain't mattering too much. That's kind of the premise of it. A WereHyena is kind of the opposite of that. It's a hyena that decides to disguise itself as a man during the day. And it's very interesting. Of course, it can be... The origins of this kind of thing is kind of difficult to really put down. But there's a lot of prejudice that's tied into it. And of course, WereHyena can be the reverse, a man that becomes a beast. But many times, how can I say this? Many of them have vampiric qualities as well. And of course, witchcraft and things like that, which I do believe has something to do with a lot of that stuff going on. Of course, you have the, shape-changing witches and things like that, which I do believe exist, whether it be skinwalker or something else. That's very interesting because you have a lot of that over there. A lot of that over there in Africa. I'm just saying. You have different... you have different types of prejudices too, which is very interesting, especially because you have Ethiopian Jews over there, because you got to remember, the countries like the Middle East and Africa and all that, they connect pretty close to each other. I'm just saying, you have a lot of that, and you have Jews that settle over there. So I'm just letting you guys know, there's a lot of prejudice, of course, when it comes to that. That's one reason many times there'll be scapegoats and be like, oh, you're a WereHyena, we gotta get you. It's very interesting in that respect. So, what exactly makes these things so dangerous? Well, obviously, supposedly in a lot of these African countries or nations, they are beasts that become men. So pretty much the only way to really supposedly catch one of these creatures would be maybe they're a little hairier than usual, they have a nasally voice, because especially spotted hyenas, they're notorious for that laugh. And believe me, people, of course, the hyena is believed to be very lazy, disgusting, and, well, they can be disgusting. They're not lazy. And they sure as hell aren't. There's a reason they act greedy like they do, because sometimes it's feast or famine. They have to eat whatever they can, plus their gods as natural scavengers over there. So I'm just saying, just like buzzards and vultures, these things is what they do. They literally eat anything, literally to the bones. Nothing left at all. But I'm just going to say this. It's interesting that there was even some, I want to say back in the day, hyenas were even believed to be vampiric, which of course we know now is hogwash. They will rip prey apart, and they are known to, again, they're scavengers, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do rob graveyards. WereHyenas are actually believed to do that. Also, supposedly, of course, you might have a villager that was kind of an outcast or whatever. They might say, okay, this is the guy that's basically taking the shape of a monster at night, and, they're going around robbing, our children of their lives, and, just causing all kinds of problems. And that right there is also kind of true, to a degree. Hyenas are, how can I say this the best way? They're opportunistic predators. They are... People have to understand, lions are actually more likely to really hunt carrion, not hunt, but feed off carrion, because a lot of times they'll rob the kills of hyenas. Of course, it goes both ways. But I'm just saying, they're more likely to eat off of the dead than hyenas are. Just letting you guys know that. Hyenas are very much hunters. And I would say close to, I want to say at least over 50% of their prey is not, my point is over 50% of their food is, live prey. Just going to leave it at that. My point is this, of course, many people would believe that whether it be a witch or a hyena that takes human form, however that's done, during the night, is pretty much responsible for all kinds of loss, trauma, and of course they need someone to, a lot of times it's just like with over here in the, in the States, Europe, what are they going to do? They're going to come up with a scapegoat for that, and that right there is fascinating to me. It's human nature in general. It's like, I don't care where you come from, what you're doing. Human beings are human beings. Human beings being human, as I like to say. Also, here's something else to think about. The descriptions of these creatures are different as well. So, of course, you have the ones that change into, regular hyenas, and sometimes you have like creatures almost like werewolves or dogman, which is interesting in itself. So, what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. But I'm just going to say this. One of the names for him is the Bauda, which is interesting. Look that up, or Buddha, or how it's pronounced. I'm not really sure which one that comes from, but I remember reading about that a while back. Something else to really think about, as I said, was, of course, the werewolf is believed to be under a curse. WereHyenas are believed to be able to take human form or animal form wherever they want. So that's something else to kind of think about when it comes to what these creatures supposedly can do. Do I believe they exist? I believe witches exist, and I know they do. So I definitely believe there's definitely some of that shenanigan mess going on. Leave it at that. We're definitely talking about old beliefs up to the good old no good, if you get my drift. So yes, I believe there's definitely something going on. We're talking about skinwalker bullshit here. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not a fan of evil in any way, shape, or form, so I'm just going to put that out there. But at the same time, that kind of activity naturally is going to create legends, and of course folklore and different folk tales. And to me, that's fascinating in itself. So I just wanted to put that out there. And there's definitely, obviously with this, there's nothing scientific about it whatsoever, when you're talking about stuff like this. So, like I said, I figured this would be entertaining, and I wanted to keep my word, my word when it comes to doing different videos, when it comes to, legends of the, from Africa. I'm going to probably do one in Mexico later. Just wanted to let you guys know it's possibly coming down. And I'm working on a story which I think you guys will like. It's going to be fairly simple, and it's definitely something which is along the lines of stuff that was requested. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm the producer for Dark Waters Entertainment. My email is westvic@iamdarkwaters.com. If you've had any encounters, sightings, whatever, of any sort, hit me up, and I'll make sure you have the chance to tell your story. You guys be blessed, and you be safe.